Apple. No, not that type of Apple. The company that's taking over the world. That Apple. You know that company. I know that company. Even Uncle Tom knows that company. Word on the street is that Uncle Tom thinks that Apple is taking over the world. He thinks that that technology is rotting your brains. But you see, Uncle Tom is onto something. He's not some crazy conspiracy theorist who thinks the government is watching all the time. He's the uncle that seems crazy, but he's onto something. He has an iPhone because he's studying Apple, not because he's letting Apple study him. He's getting ready for what's to come. Now you might be wondering, what does Uncle Tom know? See, but the real thing that Uncle Tom knows, and the government doesn't want you to know, is that you're being watched. I want you to examine every new iPhone release there has been recently. What does each phone have in common? Usually they add all these random little small components to keep your attention away from the key component, the camera. Now, let me explain it to you so that you don't think that I'm some hobo on the corner of a street. What do you think Apple has been upgrading each and every year more and more? The camera. For what purpose? So that you can take pictures all day long? No, of course not. It's so that the government can watch us all day long. Let me give you actual evidence that I have uncovered through intensive research on the dark web. Apple has gotten thousands of requests from the government to access our data and our iCloud data, and over 90% of that data Apple has complied with. Now, if you're unlike me and you still haven't ascended past the barriers of the human mind, you may think the government still isn't spying on us. Then let me give you statistical evidence that professionals have probably used. And what a better way to prove this than give you the juicy, hardcore evidence. Alright, starting from the top, we have some very professional graphs from Pew Research, which is a super reliable data source. We actually have multiple. So we have the in general one for the overall population. Then we have over here the one for each political party. And finally over here we got it by race and ethnicity. Now, what do we have here? What do each and every one of these graphs have in common? It's the fact that every time the new iPhone comes out, the trust in our government goes even more down. Coincidence? I think not. Now, we can confirm that Uncle Tom was right. How could you deny this? The device you are literally using is an iPhone right now. How did I know this? Because I have extensive research in this field. By the way, if you're using an Android, just pretend it's an iPhone.